So, do you know the lore?
Of their drama?
Beef. Men say beef.
Of their beef? Sort of? Probably not in full.
What do you know?
I know that they had some sort of beef, don't know why it started. And then I know that Kendrick Lamar made a diss track, and I know that Drake felt some type of way about it. And now I know that Drake is suing UMG Records, UGM, some record label, because he's mad that Kendrick Lamar said he's a pedophile.
Right? Okay.
And that is a woman's perspective.
This is the best I got, guys.
I like it. That was really good. That was good. It was just. It's just like it's almost asking you like to explain. Not that like women don't play games. Like it's almost it's like explaining like Call of Duty or something like that. Like you gotta do your best to kill
It's a very
the
watered
guys
down version.
on the other side of the screen or whatever. Like
Exactly.
I don't know. I liked it. We won't go into in depth with it. Basically, Drake and J. Cole last year came out with a song called First Person Shooter, where they're basically, the whole song is basically saying that they're the best in the game, and they're part of the big three, which is him, J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick.
How the fuck did Drake get into? Okay, continue. Go ahead.
He was the biggest artist in like the world, like biggest artist rapper in the world and whatnot. Like definitely like one of them, like especially like by sales and different things of that nature, like accolades and different things of that nature. But Kung Fu Kenny took offense to this, and in the beginning of the year, was stated had the offense in saying, "Fuck the big three, it's just Big Me" on record.
Right.
Which started the snowball effect of such said beef.
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole came out with a diss track called, it was like 7 Minute Drill or something like that, 7 Minute Drill. But he retracted it, took it down from platforms because he didn't want to go down that path with Kendrick, because they're like supposedly friends and whatnot and have a good relationship, and he didn't want to jeopardize that relationship.
Right.
Drake, on the other hand, put out a diss track. So then they went diss track for like 4 diss tracks. Kendrick's diss tracks were more lethal than Drake's diss tracks. Drake took shots at his woman and or kids, like saying like that they don't have like the relationship that they portray, that his kids, like he alluded to his kids not even being his or whatever. But then Kendrick, everything that Kendrick said, unfortunately, was factual. Like Drake is a culture vulture. He relies on Atlanta rappers or influence. He's like a pop star, different things of that nature. And there was one diss track that like really stands out. It wasn't Not Like Us, but one of them was Meet the Grams, where he's talking to like directly to Adonis, Drake's mom, Drake's father, and Drake or whatever. So it's just the perfect dark rap to be a diss track among like 4 or 5 diss tracks or whatever. And it's just a different perspective. It's showing his skill as a rapper, that he can give you Not Like Us, which is like a freaking bop slap,
right,
all the above, and also like a very deep and dark, like he's talking to his son, like saying you don't be like your father, different things of that nature. Like you can come with me and be like, I can be your mentor or whatever it could be, is different things of that nature. And talking to his dad, like you raised awful man, or it's your fault, different things like that. And then talks to his mom, same thing. Like it's not to say that your fault, like he was respectful, but like not that you should be ashamed, but like things of that nature.
Yeah,
like,
I got you.
Like your son is ashamed or whatever, is a disgrace, things of that nature. So yeah, and then Not Like Us dropped, and Not Like Us was like, when I first heard it, I had to hear it like again and again and again, because it's just so good. And I don't think in rap and hip hop, it's very rare. Like I haven't felt like that good about rap and hip hop. Like I felt a song that was that good in rap and hip hop for a very, very long time. Like it's usually if it's something dope or cool or whatever, it's by like some like maybe like lesser rapper, like not super duper mainstream or whatever.
Right.
But like this was like a Millie or something like that, like an undeniable bop slap, and it's a diss track. And And then obviously it got nominated for Grammys, which is gonna win some, at least if not all. And he got invited to do the Super Bowl halftime show. And Drake put out a diss track after Not Like Us that was subpar, so he lost.
Right.
He definitely lost. And it's really not really debatable. Like some people try to debate it, but it's like damn near unanimous people say that it's he lost. So I guess Drake is suing UMG, which is Universal Music Group, and Spotify.
Right.
Drake's attorney initiated legal action against Universal Music Group and Spotify, alleging the companies conspired to artificially inflate the popularity of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. So that was that headline. Drake has reportedly filed a lawsuit against the Universal Music Group and Spotify, accusing them of using bots, payola, deceptive business practices, and false advertising to boost Kendrick Lamar's track Not Like Us. It was a two-part suit. And this is someone from UMG. In response, several hours after the news, a UMG rep told Variety the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. Someone said, "Don't put Drake in no more rap conversations. I'm so serious. He's a Jewish pop star now, and just that." Yeah, that was straight to the point. Someone else said, "Biggie Smalls never sued when Pac put out Hit 'Em Up. Jay-Z never sued when Nas put out Ether. Ja Rule never sued when 50 put out Back Down. Jeezy never sued when Gucci Mane put out Truth. G-Unit never sued when The Game put out 300 bars and Running." So just showing that this is not, but unfortunately, like I think I said earlier, it's tough to see your heroes fall, because I was rooting for Drake. Unfortunately, that's been my guy. But now it's unfortunate, and I'm not gonna continue. I'm not like a yes man, so I can't continue to be biased. He's lost, and he continues to make terrible moves, and he continues to prove Kendrick right, and Kendrick continues to prove him wrong. Like he thought that he wasn't gonna drop the diss tracks, so he was like basically like antagonizing him to drop the diss tracks. Thought he wasn't gonna win. In the song where it's funny, it's not really like quote him wrong, but it's funny in the song where it's J. Cole and Drake, a first person shooter. They talk about that they are big as the Super Bowl. And now Kendrick Lamar is performing at the Super Bowl. It's in New Orleans, and that's where Lil Wayne is from. So that is he got chosen to do it over Lil Wayne, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because he is a great performer, and Lil Wayne is like not necessarily the greatest performer. And one thing he also said was that Kendrick Lamar drops an album like 4 or 5 years or whatever the case would be. So it's like he's basically ghost. And he just dropped an album. So it's just like getting proved wrong. And then one thing that Kendrick said is, you are not, like he said the Kendrick is what the culture's feeling, and it's applying that Not Like Us. Like, you aren't what the culture feeling, you are a culture vulture, different things of that nature. Like I said, Kev on Stage broke it down. I might pull up the clip, because that might be just funny to listen to. But the second thing that he filed for was Drake accuses UMG of defamation in second legal filing. Says the music group could have stopped the release of Kendrick Lamar's song, falsely accusing him of being a sex offender. Drake reportedly launched a second legal action against UMG. And then someone said, could Drake's potential lawsuit against UMG impede on Kendrick Lamar's performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl?
I doubt it.
I mean, if it's in court, but the courts don't mess around. So I just don't know. I don't know. I think it's a possibility.
Really?
just because it's in court. Once you're in court, everything changes. Like, it's not free game anymore. Like when you're in court for a child or whatever, like, you have to move differently than if you're not in court for a child, especially if you have a court order. You have to follow the court order. Like, if this, like, I don't think this will be done going through, whether it goes through or not. I don't think it'll be done in time for the Super Bowl, but you don't know. We don't know if there'll be like a prejudgment or whatever, like you know what I mean, like something of that nature, especially like depending on the judge,
right?
And honestly, depending on Drake's like reign and power or whatnot. So like, I mean, for Drake, it'd be good if like it doesn't get played at the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl is like the biggest show, biggest audience, this, that, and the third. But we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to just wait in February, whenever the hell the Super Bowl is.
I think Drake is kind of whack for that.
Ooh, Jamila thinks Drake is whack for that. Just hold that thought. We're gonna get right to you.
Right.
Joe Budden goes off about Drake following his legal action against UMG. Says he's selfish, lying, and manipulative.
Okay, Joe.
She's Team Joe today. Or this is quotes. Or he's a selfish, lying, manipulative sack of shit who has made enemies for 15 years, and now we're here at the fucking boiling point. You've been behind the scenes being the biggest sack of shit you can possibly be, and he's fucking white, and he's Jewish, and he had too much dip on his chip. You have been behind the scenes, hitting niggas' baby moms, sending money to niggas' baby moms. Yo, dog, been sending messages to their wives. Dog, he's been a sack of shit behind the scenes, and clearly a sack of shit is his favorite. It's his turn. Behind the scenes, and because he has fans and had Lucian, everybody just gets to turn a blind eye. The blind eye days are done.
I mean, that seems to be the common theme of 2024. Nobody's turning the blind eye to shit anymore. So.
Not even Drake. Even Drake is above the blind eye.
No, Drake deserves to get called out too. Like, he's not above the fucking whatever.
I agree. I'm not mad at that.
And I think that it's corny that he's suing. Like, I just think that that's fucking whack. Like they said, all them other diss tracks that have been put out over all the years, like, this is not the first rap beef, so...
This is not the first rap beef. That is very true.
And I've never heard of any other lawsuits of anybody suing.
This is also, I mean, devil's advocate. No one's also been on record called a pedophile, like, in their diss tracks. And I'm not saying no one, but like, as far as the Biggie, the Pac, the Jay-Z, the Nas, the Ja Rule, the 50, and it's, I think out of all those diss tracks, I'm pretty sure Not Like Us is the biggest one. So to be the biggest, look,
the truth hurts. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Is Drake a pedophile?
I don't
know, Jamila. That's why I fuck with you. These are good. You're invited to the cookout.
I don't know if he is or not, but Kendrick doesn't seem like the type to me that would put out. I don't know. I don't know. I like Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. Do you like Drake?
I do like Drake, but I like. I don't think that they are.
Do you like Drake's? I'm gonna make cut you off, but do you like Drake's Caribbean music?
No. I wish you would stop that, honestly.
All right.
Okay, Controlla was pretty fire, but that's literally like the only one.
One Dance.
Oh no, that's not Caribbean. He has one song with Wizkid. No, that's not Caribbean either.
That's not Caribbean?
Work with Rihanna? Is it?
I'm not saying it's dance hall.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's Caribbean. I don't know. I guess it has a Caribbean beat. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
I'm not saying him being fire. Like giving Caribbean like vibes or like accents.
Oh, because he does that too.
Speech. Yeah. Yeah, that's that. He's doing too much of that.
He does that too. So
let's hear from Kev on stage.
You was watching Lion King. So I want to talk about this Drake lawsuit real quick, and I'm not doing my podcast this week, so I'm going to share my thoughts shortened here. Now, technically, it's not a lawsuit. It's like a pre-action petition, which says, hey, we might want to do a lawsuit, so we want to get this information out so that we may be able to do a lawsuit. Here's why I think it was a mistake. One, in Black culture, it basically just looks like you calling the cops. For whatever reason,
I agree.
It looks like you said, I'm just going to call the cops. I'm calling my lawyer. And in the Black community, that's frowned upon. I would say at minimum, it's frowned upon.
At minimum, it's frowned upon.
Even if it were true, and I'm not even arguing it's not. You're basically alleging that the record company was boosting up Not Like Us, playing it when
Yeah,
people
like
were
that's
asking for something
crazy.
else, playing it after every single song. That could be true. If it was, that's payola, which has existed since the beginning of time in the music industry. You paid DJs, you paid record companies, you played, radio hosts, all those people, right? But by then you're alleging that they are boosting the song, and you're missing that the song was actually really big in the Black community, in hip hop overall, which
Right.
Kendrick said, I'm what the culture's feeling. So by saying, my lawyers, we're going to be on you, you guys are boosting, it seems that you're disconnected from the culture. So to, basically bait Kendrick, you need to drop. Nah, you ain't getting away from this. And then he drops, and you're like, well, they was helping you. Now, which one is it? I feel like he might have been better off just admitting defeat or being quiet. But the possible worst action ever is to go, my lawyers will hear about this.
Yes, I agree.
Your lawyers? Even if you
win, it's such a white thing to do.
Win this case, right? Say you're beefing with Kendrick, it's with UMG. Even if you win this case in the court of law, you by far have lost this case in the court of public opinion, which is where your career and your legacy is judged, right? This is a smear mark, probably worse than just losing straight up. In the Black community, you can take an L and live. Like, he took an L to me in the Pusha T beat. Like, he never responded. We clowned him, but eventually he came back and people was listening to the music again.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have done that a little bit, although I do feel like this time the culture had turned on him a little more in the time since Story of Adidon and now. So I feel like he had lost some fans in the last couple of years based on some of his actions. But I don't think his career was over. I do think this is some irreparable damage from non-Drake stans. His stans, this will not hurt him at all. But Drake wasn't big because he had stans. He had, for a good time, everybody. I don't think he'll have everybody.
Hell no.
After this, his stans will feel emboldened for sure. They're probably gonna come on this post. That's y'all right. Okay. But the people who don't got a dog in this fight, they ain't rocking with it. And here's the thing too. I feel like Drake and his stans, they never took an L. If you love sports, for example, like you watch Roy Jones Jr., one of my favorite boxers. I loved Roy. He looked like he could never be beat. And then one day he lost. Like, he got knocked down and it was a bad knockout. And I just had to sit with that like, dang, they got my boy. But I still loved him and still supported him. But it was obvious he took an L. Drake people are trying to act like he didn't take an L at all, when the whole world feels like he did, and it just makes y'all look like, are we watching the same thing? And I feel like this court case was that too. All right, that's all I wanted to say.
It's coming to TED Talk.
He's not wrong.
You really like that.
He's not.
Right. That's facts. Whenever she says it, that's facts. So what's your thoughts? Give it Jamila's thoughts.
I think he's crazy for that, for suing. I think the lawsuit is stupid. I agree with what he said, that the court of public opinion is not going to be jacking that. And we'll have to see how it goes for Drake. I mean, he's already kind of...
Yeah.
So we'll
I think I think he's really, like, I've said it before, but I think he's, like he said, he's always been that guy.
Right.
And he's always, had everybody rocking with him, and I think that he's spiraling because he's taking like his first like real public big L.
But like he should just he should just take it.
But and that's the second part. He can't it's almost like a diva or Chris Brown has even been like this. Like I've seen, like if I don't know if you follow Chris Brown, but like sometimes he will not spiral, but like break, like have like some type of like a breakdown or like express his frustrations with not doing as well as he should be as far as talented as he is. But it's like you can do that, but ultimately you're like blaming others for
your slackness.
Yeah, like all you gotta do is you just gotta get back in the gym, you gotta get back in the studio, you gotta get back to work or whatever. Like you can't. And same thing with Drake. More so is that he's so used to being in the limelight and the spotlight, that he can't accept that he's taking this L, and definitely can't I don't think he's for like the 15 years or 20 years or however long he's been popping, has he not put out music? Like he should have bowed out, but he also probably didn't think he lost or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's like different things. And he does. I don't know. It's like if he is surrounded, like I'm sure that he is surrounded by yes men.
Right.
They're gonna keep telling him he's doing the right thing. Oh, that's cool. That's fine. Da da da.
Mm-hmm.
Whole time he should have stopped a while ago.
Right.
This year, because he's putting out like after Not Like Us, he probably put out like 10 songs, or featured on different songs or whatever. So it's just like you're doing that. You're not receiving the normal responses, like success that you would normally do, because usually Drake drops is like on the billboards or whatever.
Right.
It's like I think this is the first time he's like not been on the billboards or whatever, or in like however many years. So it's just like he has a complex for sure. And it's being evident, and it's not working to his benefit. The more that he does, it would work to his benefit if he would do less. And now this is like the like probably like the last straw. Like he said, Kev said, like everyone's not gonna rock with him. He's still gonna be successful. He's still gonna be Drake and successful, but he's gonna be he was already gonna be looked at differently because of the loss.
Right.
In the bad loss that it is, and the bad year that he had. But now you're gonna be looked at within your raps, and then like it's always gonna come up. It was already continually come up, like Kendrick's lyrics, and like then you're proving him right. Now it's gonna come up that you decided to sue in a rap beef, which is unheard of.
And the fucking like, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Take your time.
I guess reason is not the word I'm looking for, but like the reason behind his lawsuit, I think is super fucking retarded. Like if you were able to come up with anything else, maybe.
I mean, the definition of the character is kind of valid.
Yeah, no, that part I do agree with, but the whole like titles pushing like the song out, like that's corny. They put out what the people want to hear, and everybody knows that. That's how radio stations work. So like that's how any streaming services work. They play what is trending and what people want to hear. So are you going to sue the American people for preferring that, like liking that song? I think that part is whack. The defamation of character, fine, but he could have left that other part out.
Headlines podcast, over 15 episodes talking about different things, music related, dating related. We play mad games, mad jokes, different fights, arguments, debates, and whatnot. So the channel is just going to continue to grow. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out the rest of the channel, and I'll see you next time.